How do you go from taking an inbound lead to setting up a demo quickly and closing a customer? In this video, we're going to set up an inbound sales engine that works automatically to help you find and close high-value customers. And we're going to do this by building a workflow using a Squig playbook. Squig is a workflow automation tool that helps you implement AI at work without being technical. There is no coding required, and this is the most powerful system you can set up for your company. We're going to do this in 3 levels, from basic to more sophisticated. So research shows that responding within just 1 hour, you are nearly 7 times more likely to qualify a lead than taking longer. But it's not just about responding quickly. You want to go into the sales call armed with the best information about the customer to help close the deal or move them along the funnel. And that requires lead research and enrichment, which takes time from your sales team. And while your team's digging for data, hot leads go cold. I'm going to show you how to set up an inbound sales process that will enrich, score, and route leads. So we start at level 1, lead scoring. When a lead fills out a contact sales form on our website, we want to score the lead and route it. For this demo, we are going to use the Slack sales contact form. This is a fairly detailed form. You can see it has a bunch of things that they're asking for, like name, email, country, role. Now, you might have a form like this on your website. We can either directly connect to that form, or you can be sending that data to a CRM. Squig supports more than 300 different data sources. But let's assume that it goes to a CRM and we're going to use HubSpot. Once that data comes in, we want to do the following. We want to score it based upon certain attributes, and then we want to update this back into the CRM. So let's go to Squig. You can sign up for a free account. And in the landing page here, we're just going to ask, when a new lead comes into HubSpot, score it and update it. And we're going to generate the playbook, and we'll see what the AI comes up for us. And you don't have to worry about details. Squig's AI is going to ask you for any clarification that it might need. As you can see, Squig has built out our workflow, and it's asking for anything that it needs to fill in. For example, it's asking for my HubSpot authentication. I'm going to go ahead and select my account. Now for this to work, you need a lead score. But what is a lead score? A lead score indicates how likely a lead is to convert, with higher scores meaning better prospects. So if you have 100 leads and you score all of them, you can then sort them by your lead score. This is incredibly useful in outbound sales as well. Imagine you have a list of 10,000 leads. Once you apply your lead scoring criteria to them, you can then sort them by highest score, and now you can focus on the highest converting leads. So if there's one key thing you take away from this video, you need a well-honed lead scoring criteria. So how do you come up with the lead score? Well, think of your ideal customer. When was the last time you closed a customer that was fast, easy, and at the right price? Write out all the attributes about this company. Think of this as if you're cloning them. You want to find more like them. In our example, we're going to use the following lead criteria. We're going to give 40 points to the company size, so the larger the company is, the more points it gets. We're going to give 15 points for a department if it's engineering, IT, or operations. We're then going to give 15 points to the seniority of the role. We also give 10 points if this is a work domain. We'll give 10 points if it's from US, Canada, UK, EU. We'll give another 10 points to the inquiry type, and so on. You can make whatever criteria that you'd like, but it needs to reflect a lead that is ideal for you. So let's give this criteria to Squig. So edit these scoring criteria here. I'm just going to send this, and we're done. Now let's move up to level 2, lead enrichment and routing. So what we built so far with AI gives us a solid foundation. We can also now move to interactive mode, where you can individually go to different steps here and change any factor, any detail here. You don't have to just rely on AI. You can also go into the details and make changes. So you might have noticed that we're asking far too many questions in the form. Many people hate filling in all that information. As a matter of fact, you can get all this information from the user's email address. You can find what the company does, the number of employees, location, address, the person's title, everything by just their work email address. And you can do this by using an enrichment service. You also want to get background information about the company and what it does by visiting their website. So if you use these enrichment services, you can cut down more than half the fields on the form, and this way you can increase your completions. So that's enrichment. The other thing we're going to do is, based on the size of the company, If it's 500 or more employees, send it to the enterprise sales team. If it's less than that, send it to our SMB team. So let's put all of that into our AI here. We're telling it to enrich using the email address, and we're asking it to route based on the number of employees, and we're asking it to get background information about the company by visiting its website. So there we go. The AI has added a bunch more steps here. It's checking for the background of the company. It's enriching the person using Apollo. We are then scoring the lead. We then update the information back into our CRM. We then check the company's size. And then if it's a large enterprise size, we send it to the enterprise team. Otherwise, we send it to our SMB sales team. So now we move to level 3, lead intelligence and insight. So this is where we have a lot of the fun stuff. For example, you can ask the AI to figure out what are the social media handles of the lead? How many followers do they have? What's their Google review rating? We can even ask Squig to go through all the reviews and give us a summary of what are some of the pros and cons it found. Do they have a website? What kind of tech is it built on? You can also ask the AI based upon your product offerings, how good a match are we? We're doing all of this because we want to go into the sales call armed with all the details about the lead, their potential problem, and how we can help them. There's nothing more annoying than going to a call and the sales rep just hasn't done their homework. The other cool things we can do now that we have a lead scoring criteria is you can take different actions based upon the score itself. So for example, if the score is on the high 80 to 100, you want to immediately set a follow-up call. If they're 60 to 80, they're not quite there yet. You might nurture them and maybe call them in a few days. If they're miles away, you might just send resources and monitor engagement. You might be using things like HubSpot or MailChimp and add them to that particular nurturing route. You can do all this through Squig. It integrates with all of your existing tools. So in a few minutes, we've built a workflow that enriches every new lead, gives your reps full context, and scores them automatically. Your team spends more time with the right leads and closes more deals with better information. So that's Squig. You can sign up on squig.com or you can click in the description below to get a 50% off for the first 3 months.